Hello and welcome to Sound of Hope News. I'm Liam O'Neill and here is your June 13th China Brief. Shanghai locks down again. A new military base in Cambodia expands the CCP's naval foothold. June 1st was the official end to Shanghai's 2 months of draconian lockdown, but over the weekend, 7 of 16 districts went into lockdown again. Social media is flooded with images of reinstalled fences and long lines for testing. Millions will be tested daily, with 14-day quarantine for whole communities with a positive test and 12-day quarantine for nearby communities. At least one protest is known to have occurred on June 8th on Changle Road in Huangpu District. A local resident there told Sound of Hope that the following day there were barbed wires and at least 1 mile of road completely shut down with police officers at every intersection. Our restaurant was closed the day before yesterday and it won't reopen for at least 2 weeks, a restaurant worker told Sound of Hope. Negative rapid tests are required to enter most commercial establishments. This June 8th post shows people fleeing a mall after rumors spread of a positive case, fearing that they might be barricaded inside. Foreign media reports on June 8th finally forced a Chinese embassy website to post, after 2 years of denial, that CCP money is behind the upgrading and expansion of the Ream naval base in Cambodia. China's ambassador to Cambodia attended the groundbreaking ceremony. The BBC quoted a U.S. official explaining that Cambodia base enables the Chinese military to control important shipping lanes that connect the Pacific and Indian Oceans. China now has 2 overseas military bases, the first being in the East African country of Djibouti, which similarly allows China to potentially control shipping lanes through the Suez Canal. For 2 years, there have been reports of China's building of a base in Cambodia, but both Cambodian and Chinese officials have denied them. More recently, officials have denied that China will have exclusive rights to the base, not denying it altogether, but it is unclear what other nations would share the base. As the world's largest oil importer, China receives 85% of its oil via water transport, and the majority passes through the Strait of Malacca. That's a thin waterway between Malaysia and the Indonesian island of Sumatra. According to the World Economic Forum, the strait is the world's second busiest waterway, and its strategic importance has made it a source of international friction for at least the 15th century to the modern day. The opening of the Suez Canal in 1869 only increased its significance as the strait became a key link between the Pacific and Indian Oceans. At just several hundred miles away from the strait, the value of the Ream base is obvious for China. A Wall Street Journal article on June 8th said that first by stealth, then by degrees, and now by great leaps, the CCP is building a network of naval bases to expand its global military and political influence. The editorial said that the Cambodian government denies the news on the basis of its constitution's prohibition of foreign military bases. Chinese troops there could provoke intense opposition from Cambodian nationalists. The Ream base construction has also, of course, upset neighboring Thailand, that's a key U.S. ally, and Vietnam, which of late has very strained relations with the communist regime. The Ream base groundbreaking ceremony comes just weeks after the CCP entered into a security agreement with the Solomon Islands, not far from Australia and, again, close to crucial commercial shipping lanes. General Stephen Townsend, commander of U.S. Africa Command, told Congress in March that the CCP also wants to establish a military base on the Atlantic coast of West Africa. And that's all we have for today. Tune in tomorrow for the latest China updates.